Hi, my name's Bernard Gallacher. My first top Ryder Cup moment was 1969 when I was selected to play for the Ryder Cup against America at Royal Birkdale in England. As a young man, you dream about playing in the Ryder Cup, representing your country and playing the best players in the world. And when it actually happens, it's a very special moment. My next top Ryder Cup moment was during that match in 1969, when as a young man I'm sitting around the 18th green and I'm watching Jack Nicklaus play our best player, Tony Jacklin, and they're playing for the Ryder Cup. Whatever happens in their match decides the outcome of the Ryder Cup. Jack Nicklaus holds from 5 feet for a birdie 4. Tony Jacklin's left with a 2-foot putt, and he must hold his putt in order to halve the Ryder Cup. The first drawn match in the history of the competition. But Jack gives him the putt. Now you can't believe the expectations and the pressures around that green and the relief from our side when Jack Nicklaus simply says to Tony Jacklin, "Tony, you wouldn't miss that and I'm not going to give you the chance." For me, that was not only one of the big moments in Ryder Cup golf, it was one of the great moments in sport. My next Ryder Cup moment was in 1983 at West Palm Beach, Europe against America in America. And of course it's to do with Severiano Ballesteros. Severiano Ballesteros playing the last hole, par 5, upslope off a bunker. He hit it 270 yards from the upslope off a bunker across a lake onto the back of the green to beat his opponent. At that time, it was reckoned to be the greatest shot ever struck in Ryder Cup history. My next top moment in the Ryder Cup was the Ryder Cup at the Belfry in 1985. Britain and now Europe had not won the Ryder Cup since 1957, and this was an important moment because Sam Torrance had the chance to break the American stranglehold on the Ryder Cup. And he holed this winning putt from about 10 feet against Andy North in 1985. And that will go down as a huge moment in the history of the matches. Another big moment for me was 1987, the Ryder Cup match at Muirfield Village in America. Remember, no British and now European side had ever won in America. And we had a chance to win in 87, and we did win in 87. Now, it's not so much the shots that were struck that week that were memorable. It was at the closing ceremony when both teams were lined up on the 18th green, and suddenly Jose Maria Olazabal burst into the middle of the green spontaneously and started to dance. We thought it was a flamenco at first because we're not really up to speed with Spanish flamencos, but it wasn't a flamenco, it was a spontaneous dance that he had created, and he went on and on and on. And I can see it now. It was a very funny moment. Another big moment was 1989 in the match at the Belfry in England, and Christy O'Connor was playing Fred Couples in one of the closing matches, and the matches were very tense and very close. And Fred Couples, a huge hitter off the tee, hit his drive about 40 yards or 50 yards ahead of Christy O'Connor Jr. Unperturbed, Christy O'Connor Jr. hit a 2-iron from the middle of the fairway that never left the stick and ended up 2 feet from the hole. Fred Couples more or less collapsed. Although he only had a 9-iron to the green, he missed the green to the right, chipped it up badly, missed the putt. Christy O'Connor birdied the hole, and it was a drawn match. The second drawn match in the history of the competition. Another big moment was 1991 at Kiwa Island, the War on the Shore. Severiano Ballesteros and Jose Maria Olazabal were playing Paul Azinger and Chip Beck. And after 9 holes, they asked to see the referee because they felt one of the Americans had broken the rules and played the wrong ball. After much discussion, they had decided they had played the wrong ball, but there would be no penalty. The Spaniards were 2 down at the time, and they were furious with this ruling. And from there, they played absolute glorious golf in, and beat Chip Beck and Paul Hasinger in this very important foursome match. From being 2 down after 9 holes, they went on to win 2 and 1. Top moment in the Ryder Cup was 1993 when I captained the team at the Belfry. Going down the 14th hole, Severiano Ballesteros and Jose Maria Olazabal in the foursome play were 2 up against Tom Kite and David Slove. And Seve called me on the golf course, and I was worried and I was concerned about what was going on. And Seve said to me, "I don't want to play this afternoon." I was completely shocked because I had him down to play with Jose Maria in the afternoon in the 4-ball match. Jose Maria, they were playing well, they were 2 up against 2 of their best players. And a big moment for me was remonstrating with Seve down the fairway, with Jose Maria supporting me, trying to convince Seve to play in the afternoon. But Seve felt he was letting Jose Maria down. He felt he didn't want to play this afternoon. And no matter what type of argument we put across to Seve, Seve was having nothing to do with it. He didn't play in the afternoon. Jose Maria went on to play with Joachim Hegman, so that was a different partnership. And looking back, that was a seminal moment in Seve's career, because for me it marked the turning point where he started to go into a decline. And I say it's a big moment, but it's a very big, sad moment for me, that watching Seve's decline. Another big moment was 1995, my last captaincy at Oak Hills. Nick Faldo's playing Curtis Strange, all square playing the last. He needs to win this match in order for us to win the Ryder Cup. And his wedge shot from 100 yards at this very difficult par 4 hole to 4 feet against Curtis Strange, who had just missed the green, was probably the most important shot in those matches. He hit it up to 4 feet under enormous pressure, and of course he holed the putt. Curtis Strange couldn't get up and down. Nick beat him on the last green, and then we go on to win the Ryder Cup. That was the most important shot in the 1995 Ryder Cup at Oak Hills.
Hello, my name is Jose Maria Olazabal, and one of my Ryder Cup moments was in '87 when I was paired with Severiano Ballesteros, first day, playing in the morning, and we were walking from the putting green to the first tee. Obviously I was very nervous. I was a rookie, first Ryder Cup, and you know, I was walking towards the tee, and Seve came just on my side and looked at me and said, "Jose, you just play your game, I will take care of the rest." And yes, he did. He did take care of the rest. My name is Jose Maria Olazabal, and one of my Ryder Cup moments was actually in '93. It was not at the Ryder Cup itself, but I was playing very poorly that year, and I decided to make a phone call to Seve to tell him that you know, I was playing badly, and anybody could do better than me during that Ryder Cup. So I was thinking of not showing up at the Ryder Cup, and it was a good thing I made a phone call, because if he was in person, he would have slapped my face. And you know, that was one of the moments. Yeah, he was really very positive, and he helped me a lot for that Ryder Cup. My name is Jose Maria Olazabal, and one of my Ryder Cup moments was in 2006 when we played the Ryder Cup at the K Club. And it was very special because of what had happened a couple of months before, Heather passing away, Darren's wife, and having him in the team. You know, I'm performing so well. I remember very vividly on the 16th, the par 5, when everything was over, I was there, and you know, we had a huge hug, Darren and myself, and that was a very, very special moment.